There are 10 things you can do to maximize your VA disability benefits as a veteran, and we're going to cover those today. Hey, welcome back. Today's video, we are going to cover some 10 guidance tips or 10 tips, in-depth insights, whatever you want to call them, into maximizing your VA disability benefits. Not necessarily just compensation for VA disability, but there are other benefits as well out there. So let's jump right into it and get going. Number one, document everything thoroughly. This is pretty self-explanatory. I've covered it in another video. Document everything thoroughly. Make sure you have all your medical appointments, all your treatments, buddy statements, spousal statements, how your disabilities affect your everyday life. That's going to paint the picture that a VA rater needs in order to move your claim into the next level. Here's a fun fact for that, is that the more evidence you provide regarding the severity and impact of your condition, the more straightforward it is and the faster you will get through the VA claims process. So fully document, over document, send all that stuff in with your claims. Number two, stay on top of VA changes. There's a big VA change being proposed right now where they're going to combine tinnitus and hearing loss. They're going to take sleep apnea and drop it down to a 0 because it's controlled. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with that are going on with the VA, but there's always changes. So make sure you stay on top of those changes. You can find most of them out on the VA website, or you can just hit up Google and you can go out and say, hey, what are the newest VA changes that have come along recently? So staying informed can help you anticipate and react to those changes as needed to keep your benefits at their maximum rate. Number three, understand the implications of secondary conditions. Ask about secondary conditions from everybody you know, from your VSO, from if you have a VA attorney. If you think you have secondary conditions, look up on the internet all the secondary conditions that relate to a condition that you have today, right? And you can really, those health issues that are aggravated by another service-connected disability, right? So let's say that that you have scars, and those scars are painful, right? So you have the scars, and then those scars are on the back of your neck and they give you headaches, right? So now you can connect headaches to the scars that you're already rated for, and then get that into your disability as well. So secondary conditions, if service-connected, can significantly increase your overall disability rating and your compensation. Number four, seek reevaluations when necessary. If your condition gets worse, submit for a reevaluation. Be prepared to have all that all your documentation in line, because they're going to re-examine you. You're going to have another C&P exam. But if your situation gets worse and worse and worse, like hearing loss gets worse and worse and worse with age. So as it gets worse and worse, make sure you go back and ask for that re-eval, right? Be forewarned on re-evals that if you get evaluated again and they think you've gotten better, then your disability rating can go down. They can propose a reduction. So make sure that you're truly worse off than better. Utilize VSOs. Number five, utilize VSOs. VSOs or a VA disability attorney. They know the ins and the outs of how to claim something, what to claim, and how to write it. They know whether or not, a lot of them can easily predict whether or not you're going to go straight through and get approved or not. And they know every single way to present this in the best light for you. So I would highly recommend relying on them. I went years trying to do my own claims and eventually got to the point where I needed help. And now, I have an attorney that works with me, and there's going to be some payment there, here and there for that, but make sure that you get help. doing your claims. Number 6, combine your ratings strategically. Ratings can be combined into one rating, and I'm going to tell you why this is important, right? Combined ratings are depression, PTSD, those two together, plus anxiety. Those three are really one rating. They're mental health rating, right? So if you're claiming one and you have all three, just go ahead and claim all three, because the VA has to take a look at the worst one that you have, the most impactful to your day-to-day life, and they have to be able to do that. So combining those ratings strategically is very, very important so that you can understand and anticipate your total rating, and you can influence the conditions that you might prioritize when you're claiming, right? All right. It's number 7. Explore additional programs. Look for other VA programs that you're eligible for, like individual unemployability if you're unable to secure employment due to your service-connected disabilities. So make sure that you look into what all that is. So there's TDIU, which is total disability, individual unemployability, can provide payments at the 100% disability rate, even if your combined rating doesn't reach 100%. So TDIU is one of those things, but be prepared. You can't work very much doing TDIU. All right. Moving along. Number 8, annual health checkups. Keep a regular annual health checkup with your provider. You never know if you have a temporary or a reevaluation needed and a non-permanent disability with the VA that you're rated for. They may call for a reevaluation at any time. The longer you keep seeking treatment, the better off your case is going to be against the VI, but also the better off you're going to be, because really it's about your health more than anything else. So keep those appointments going. Number 9, educate yourself on the appeals process. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, if you have to appeal anything, at a minimum, you need to have a good VSO. And ideally, you would find yourself a VA attorney if you really think you have a case, because they are going to know all the information that they need in order to help you get through that appeals process. There are several ways to go back and appeal a negative decision from the VA. You know, you can do a supplemental claim, you can do a higher level review, you can do a Board of Veterans Appeals. I mean, there's several ways that you can get through that, but make sure that you study what those are so that you know which one you're getting into. And again, seek help when it comes to appeals. You're going to need it. Number 10, final one, maintain good communication. Ensure that the VA always has your up-to-date address, phone number. Make your communication lines open with them. If you have hearing aids, if you have a CPAP, if you have any other kind of orthotics or anything like that, make sure you order your supplies every year through the VA. Make sure you're communicating with your doctor. And I would consider, just my own personal preference right now, I would consider you looking into getting a VA primary care physician. I think that is going to be beneficial down the road. So those are my 10 ways you can maximize your VA disability benefits. By sticking to these tips and staying proactive about the health and claims, veterans can significantly enhance their control over their VA disability benefits. So stick with it. Take care of each other. Like, subscribe, and share, please. It helps me get the word out to more veterans. And we'll talk to you soon. See ya.